Hello everyone and welcome to the channel, and in today's video I have this product here. It has been sent out to me for free from Aoocci. I believe that's how you say their name. I probably have just butchered it, so I do apologise for that. But this is their brand new and latest product that has just come out. So sent it out to me and said could I do a full review on it, which I was quite happy to. I think it's going to be quite a good upgrade on the bike, but I'm going to treat this as if I have paid full price for it because I think that is only fair. But don't worry guys, you won't have to pay full price. If you use this code down below, click on the link, follow it, and use this code, you get a 22% discount, which could be quite handy. And cool, that is some funky wrapping paper. I reckon if Elton John got this in the post, he would be excited. So let's go to the bench and take a look. And here we go, it's their brand new BX model and it comes with BSD. Now, what is BSD? I didn't know either, and it actually is a blind side detection. So this device uses radar and I guess warns us that there's a car on the inside or outside of us. Thought that was pretty cool actually. So what does it feature? Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, navigation and GPS tracking, front and rear cameras, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, a tyre pressure monitoring system, also known as TPMS, a smart BSD, which I just said was the blind spot detection, and a quick release metal bracket design. So if you was popping into a shop or, out in town, you can take the device off so it doesn't get stolen. Let's take a look what we get inside the box then. Oh, it's one of the old slidey ones out. And it literally just looks like a smartphone. I mean, the way smartphones are going these days, they get bigger and bigger. Oh, it's got a nice metal bracket to it. So let's put that to one side. We've got some electronics there, a mounting kit, some more part of the mounting kit I reckon, a bracket. That's going to be the harness off the battery, so for the power. So we've got power, GPS, front channel, rear channel, and probably for the controller as well. So there's one camera, there's a second camera. Oh, look at that, we even get a screwdriver, some cable ties, bit of cloth, and probably some screen cleaners. And we've also got a 65GB memory card, which will be obviously to record for the cameras.
A few moments later.
So the only thing I have noticed so far is it doesn't come with a set of instructions. Now I don't know if they're possibly online. I don't think we're going to need them. I like a challenge. It should be pretty straightforward, but it's quite nice to sometimes just have a set of instructions on how to set it all up. Honestly, just ignore me. It quite clearly says latest manual with a QR code right there next to the features that I read out at the start of the video. So I'm off to book an appointment with Specsavers because that's pretty poor from me. Let's start off and get the seat out the way and get access to our battery. So let's undo both our battery terminals. Now on this part of the harness we have 3 wires. We've got a B+, which will be for the positive side of the battery, a ground, which is obviously the earth, and you do get a wire here with ACC. Now you can connect that to a 12-volt switch feed, so basically only when the ignition is on the bike the device will come on, and then on the Tiger I can just run it along underneath the big battery tray, pop this cover off here. So now I've removed that piece, I can actually just feed the wiring underneath and it hooks up onto the engine harness. You might not see this on the camera, but there's the harness. I can pick it up there and cable tie all the wires on the top of the harness, keeping it well and truly out of the way of the engine, loads of room, and then it will pop out onto there. Just before I mount the device to the bike, I thought I'd show you all the little accessories that come with it. I've already gone ahead and put this type of bracket on to mount onto my handlebars, but you could also include this little device here. Like I said earlier in the video, if you pulled up somewhere and you wanted to remove the whole device, you'd simply just press this and then slide it off and you'd take the device with you. And you also get all of these little plastic bushes here. So on my Tiger, the handlebars are quite thick, so I would need these small little plastic inserts to give me the maximum amount of clearance. Whereas if you had, say, maybe a 125 or something with really thin handlebars, you could use perhaps these thicker bushes and be able to clamp it to wherever you wanted to on the bike. I mean, I don't think your handlebars are going to be that small, but you might have something that you want to mount it to, which would obviously work for that one. And then for the little button with the home and the phone and like a possibly return button, you get some little sticky pads, which I have gone ahead and stuck inside there. That will fit lovely around the handlebars. So let's get all this connected to the bike. I'm going to mount the device on the right, so then that means this little gizmo here I'm going to put on the left. So there we go, mounted the device. We've got the cable at the back here, which we will be able to just cable tie in on our clutch cable and the electronics there and bring it down round to the side where we can have the harness down here. So now we've got our bracket temporarily in place. I'm going to slot the device in there. That's all the business end secured now to the handlebars. And yeah, look, really sturdy. Got a tiny bit of play in there, and that is because it does have these vibration dampers on the back, which again, a really nice feature. Just kind of means that it's not going to just shake itself to bits within the first couple of weeks. So again, something that's thought out really well. And then we have the wire that comes out the bottom there, which again, just sort of will be able to cable tie underneath the bars, pick it up with the harness here, run it down, and then secure down there. And while we're routing cables and plugging it into the harness, we might as well grab our forward-facing camera. And it does have a 3M sticky pad, so we can stick it underneath the front of the bike, just like that. Really nice, real discreet. And then the cable, we will be able to hook it up to our brake line and follow it up to the horn, bring it up through the side, and then again, plug it into the harness just there. I found a lovely spot for the rear camera. It tucks in there lovely, and the wiring feeds nicely into the undertail. The only problem is with the BDS system, there's not really a great place to mount it, purely because the sort of tail tidy on this bike is so long and big. So I'm going to mount it at the top for now, and unfortunately, show you the wires here, they don't actually come with any terminals, so you would want to wire this into the switch feed and the earth. And then that was where I routed the GPS for it. That's the little power bank. And then if you just followed the wires through here now, we've cable tied them lovely to the harness. And then again on the top of the harness there. So none of the cables are touching the engine. It won't get hot. And then coming up into the bottom here, I just need to put one more cable tie there. And then everything else is pretty much installed. Just need to sort out the little spaghetti junction here. So let me do that. And there we go, all the extra wiring is just put underneath the seat and cable tied out the way. Obviously, the Triumph Tiger 1050 is a pretty big bike, so if you had an even bigger bike, you'd have plenty of wiring to put everything on how you want it. Oh, the only other thing to do is put on the tyre pressure sensors. So, remove the dust cap. And then I'm guessing you need to put this one on the back. So put the dust cap on, and then tighten that into the back of it. Trickier to lock this one up because there is no room at the minute. I could do with probably spinning this front wheel, but... Oh, and of course, how can I forget the most important part, the memory card. And that's the memory card installed in the bottom right-hand corner of the display. Right, there we go. I think it's now time for me to get suited and booted, and let's go out the road and test what this product has to offer. So it is a lovely Sunday evening, so not too many cars. It is a little bit windy, so hopefully the audio is going to be okay. The only thing I just cannot work out is the front camera. Just, oh, flip it. I just can't get it to flip over, and I don't know why. It only gives me for the rear camera, so we're just going to ignore that. We'll speak to Aoocci, hopefully get something sorted with that. But everything else is pretty good. I've actually got music currently going on in my left ear. And then obviously we've got our maps. We can leave it at sort of half and half, so we can skip our music. And we've got the maps there. So let's just get going and see what it's like. So we'll actually have to test the camera footage. Maybe what we'll do for this part of the bypass is we'll add the front forward camera. Oh, there we go. Press the home button. We've now got the maps on. Press it again. We're on the rear camera, back on the map. So if we press that, and then we can skip this song if we weren't a fan of it. So the other thing about the screen is it's probably the perfect size. It's not too big and it's not too small. Like some of these screens you could get are like an iPad on the front here, and it can kind of be a bit of a distraction. You might not be able to see your other gauges and that. So really happy with it, and actually the quality of it is really decent. And the only technical problem I'm having is the AirPod has fallen out of my ear. Go down in the comments and let me know what you guys use for your earpieces. I know a lot of you probably use a Cardio, which this again would just link up to. But I normally just use headphones, but the problem is they always just fall out. I've probably just got massively big ears, I reckon. But yeah, let me know in the comments if there's a certain brand that you use or you find it stays in the ear really well. Because of the Apple iPhone ones, they don't.
So what we'll do is we'll check the tyre pressures quickly. So there we go, flick it over onto the home screen. We've got 36.3 psi in the front, and then we've got 40.6 psi in the rear. As you can see on the home screen there, it's saying we're doing 42 mile an hour. No, let's hold it steady at 41 mile an hour, and it's literally saying the exact same thing. It's got the time there, and actually the time on this device is correct. The time on the Tiger, apparently nearly 5:45 in the morning. I've just never managed to reset it. I just never on the bike long enough to worry about the time. The sun's still up, so it's good enough for me. Let's follow a sat nav and make sure that that works pretty well. So let's stop here a second. Music's still going, I can still hear it. Take my glove off. It does work with a glove, but I've got sausage fingers, so the gloves never really fit me too well, so I struggle anyway. So let's do home. I might actually just take that AirPod out so I don't lose it. So music test complete. Can't unzip my jumper. That's a fail. Let's do a petrol station. It's just probably going to give us all the nearby stuff. So that's actually a pretty cool little feature. So if you was obviously running low, you could type in petrol station if you fancied a coffee shop when you were sort of nearby somewhere. Again, you've got them. You've got rest stops as well. So then, yeah, there we go. So now we've set a map up. We can obviously press home. We've still got our rear camera. We've got our Australian front camera. Right, let's get going and see how the map goes. So it's pretty handy with the maps as well. It's also got the 30 mile an hour. As you can see, I'm doing 27, a law-abiding citizen. Now we've obviously got front and rear dash cameras. We'll have to do the exact speed limit and not get caught by the police. As I've heard quite a few stories of that recently, that the police are using your cameras as footage against your riding abilities, let's say, ending up in court with hefty old fines or losing your license. But genuinely, in all seriousness, it's actually good to have a set of dash cameras. A lot of people are putting them in cars nowadays. You know what it's like when you're on a bike. The amount of people that just pull out in front of you and just claim they never saw you, and that's because they're texting. Oh, I love this bike so much, man. Whoa! I mean, I'm not sure what this geezer's at. See, there we go. We would have had front dash camera if I'd absolutely nailed a cow that was coming out of that field or the tractor. Thank God nothing like that did happen, but we've got the protection now if we need it. So again, I suppose if you was commuting every day, a product like this is actually really good because you've got your music easy enough. You can also listen to podcasts and that as well. I mean, I don't really listen to that many podcasts, so it wouldn't be something for me, but you know, if you're commuting an hour or so and you like listening to a podcast, you can stick one of them on. You've got your maps if you need it. Just a handy bit of technology, really, isn't it? And the good thing is, it's all completely universal kit, so it doesn't have to be a big bike like this. You can stick it on your 125. Oh, another thing I probably never said is it is waterproof, so that's another really cool feature because, you know, in the UK it rains 9 times out of 10, other than the last week where it has been like 1,000,000 degrees. So that's why it's so nice to be out on a Sunday evening, cold, fresh air. Not many cars. Well, clearly I've found all the cars this evening, but normally there wouldn't be many cars. And yeah, reviewing a pretty cool product, so can't really beat it, can you? So yeah, the handy thing about the sat-nav is, like I say, you got it on the left. We've got the directions up there in the top right, so it'll tell me in half a mile, come to a roundabout, go straight over. Still got the music there if I wanted it, but hopefully I'll put the AirPod in my pocket, or I've lost that. So let's do the home button. There's our rear camera, no one behind us. There's our tyre settings, so 36.3 in the front, and we've still got 40.6 in the rear, so we've not got a puncher, that's good. And there's our home display there, showing that we're heading north. Does that actually change? Suspiciously no. Oh, the old radar setting. So, radar setting. Click pairing. Oh, maybe we never paired it. Ah, this was maybe the problem. So, we now have radar. That might have been me then, guys. I never put it on, so that was my own fault. So now we need to find a car. and get it up the bum hole of the bike and see if it works or not. Oh, see, that's actually a very good thing about this map. Saved me, because I actually genuinely thought this was a 60-mile-an-hour road. Yeah, maybe looking at it why I thought it was 60, I'm not too sure. But see, if there was a policeman up here, I may normally have got a ticket, whereas now I wouldn't be getting a ticket because I know it's only 40 mile an hour, and I mean 40 does feel slow. I'm sure it used to be at 60. I wonder if it picks up a car here. No, let's pull over here quickly a second. Oh, it does work. There we go. I heard some beeping and more beeping. It's working. I mean, it's picking up a few cars now. Let's go again, shall we? So, seems to be clear. If we go near a car, it was beeping. Let's just pull up here. Hopefully there's no cameras. I shouldn't get busted. Oh yeah, there you go. So it's picked up that car coming. That's pretty cool, and it switched to the rear camera as well. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. I was thinking earlier, I was like, nah, not too sure about the whole blind spot detection thing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if that might be quite annoying if you was just filtering all day long, but you know, at least then, for example, that picked that car up at a good distance. So if I didn't really check over my shoulder and I went to pull out, that did warn me, and it put it onto the rear camera, and I could see the car coming on the camera. So yeah, I'm actually really impressed. That actually worked. So that right there is a big thumbs up from me. I mean, of course, you guys should always be checking over your shoulder anyway, but even if that just saves one person's life, that is a very good bit of kit and a brilliant idea, to be honest with you. So let's do a very quick overall summary of the product. I think fantastic. I mean, I didn't have too much hope for the blindside detection, not gonna lie, but then well, at that bus stop, that worked really well. Like I said, we've not really had any cars behind us or had the opportunity to kind of test it that way, but it proved it worked at the bus stop when we were trying to pull away. The maps and the music, everything like that has been absolutely fantastic, spot on, can't fault it. Again, zero vibration from this when we was up at speed and even at low revs. You know, I've got quite a loud exhaust on this bike, so there is a bit of vibration even at sort of low speeds like this. Again, hitting roads like this, look at this. We cannot build roads in the UK anymore, and I mean, it's still there. It's not flicked off like I've seen other devices do, or fell off, so that's a very good start. I quite like the little mile-an-hour display. I suppose maybe most bikes have got to be digital nowadays, but if you have a bike that's analog on, say, on maybe a 125 and you're kind of like a digital one, there you go, you've got digital, you've got a time on there if you hadn't. Like I say, you've still obviously got the, what? I'm about to say traction control setting. Sorry, you've not got a traction control setting. You've obviously got the tyre pressure sensors, so shows you real time what your tyre pressures are. Again, just a nice feature. I suppose something when you're touring and maybe something doesn't quite feel right on the bike, last thing you'd want is a puncher, and at least with that, it is going to tell you if you have, an immediate flatty or a slow puncher. So again, just something nice that works. Compass isn't working. We've been travelling north the whole time. I mean, don't really think I'd need a compass on the bike, but I don't know, for maybe some of you off-road specialists, it might come in handy. I suppose, yeah, that's the other thing. You could use this for off-road, not just, you know, your everyday commuting. I mean, it's very rarely I go out on my bike. It's probably only for, you know, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes on sort of the end of a weekend like this, just to enjoy it. But at least now I can go out, I can skip music really well instead of trying to shout, "Hey Siri," into my, you know, helmet and tell it to skip this song. It can be quite frustrating. So to know that I can just do that from a flick of a button is really ideal, to be fair. And that's pretty much it. I think the only thing we haven't tested out is a phone call, but I mean, I don't have any friends to phone or phone me, so I don't need to worry about that. But I'm guessing it's going to work pretty well because it'll probably come up on here, and then we can press the little call symbol there. Like I say, obviously, I don't have my, I said photo taken successfully. Maybe that's what it doubles up as. But yeah, you could probably press that little call button if you'd synced all your contacts. Remember, I didn't do that earlier on. And yeah, you'd be able to obviously take calls and make calls again, just something pretty handy.
So a few days later, and just a handful of emails back and forth, just sort of letting them know the really good parts of the device, and just a few bits that obviously I was struggling with flipping that front camera, and that the compass didn't work. Now they've already got an update out, so I can just remove the SIM card from the device, update a file, plug it back in, and now the compass is working. But the engineers are still currently working on how to get that front camera flipped. Not really too sure what's happened, because the rear camera does just the front camera at this moment in time, but that's actually a really good sign that they're still developing this device. You know, they've not just sort of mass produced it and just kind of forgot about it. The fact that, you know, they've identified where there's a couple of flaws and they are fixing it, and like I say, there's already an update, so if you was to purchase this, you know, it will come updated, so you don't have to worry about that. So the main question is, would I purchase this product? Now, if I was commuting on this bike, 100% definitely, because of the amount of times I'm in my van, I'm going around the M25, M11, there's an accident and everything just comes to a halt. At least if you have this on the bike, you can just set your map, it's on there, and then obviously, like we were saying earlier with the music, the podcast, it does make life so much better. And for that reason, I would definitely buy it if I was commuting. Of course, my main sort of ride-ins is just out on sports bikes and stuff like that. So, of course, I wouldn't really need something like that. But again, even if you was touring, just a very quick tap of the screen and you can find petrol stations, any restaurants, a shop, anything nearby that you kind of needed. It's just there, a click of a finger. And of course, you've obviously got the tyre pressure sensors as well. Again, just something when you're out on the road, it's handy to know, because sometimes, you know, with the roads in the UK, you hit a bit of a divot, a bit of a pothole, and yeah, you're kind of thinking for the next minute or two, hope I've not got a puncture. So again, just one tap of a button and you can have your tyre pressures displayed on the screen. You can watch them for a minute or two. And of course, if you was out on a very hot day, again, just something you can monitor just to make sure that they don't go too high. So yeah, it's just, technology is becoming very good. And you know, just it's basically just having a smartphone on your handlebars. Yes, it could be a distraction. I understand that you probably shouldn't be going along fiddling around and touching with them. But yeah, I mean, a piece of technology that can make your commute or your, you know, day-to-day activities a lot better is good. And also, like I said, with that blind side detection system, if that just saves one person, it's a fantastic idea, and I really truly do believe that. You know, again, just probably as time goes on, there might be some updates as well from Aoocci, if that's how we say it. I do apologise. And yeah, I'm just kind of really pleased that, you know, they're still developing this and making it the best they physically can. You know, some companies just sort of mass produce stuff, and then once it's out there, they kind of forget about it. But the fact that, you know, their engineers are obviously trying to come up with a solution to flip that front camera, and then of course they've already fixed things like the compass, and apparently a few other people did have a problem with the speed. Now, unless the clocks are out on the bike, which I very much doubt it, the speed matched up perfectly fine with this device. So yeah, I mean, guys, check out the website, click on the link down in my description and check them out, have a little look at it, see what you guys think, read a few reviews, and yeah, if you do want to purchase one, use code DGM, get a nice little discount, and yeah, make your life maybe a little bit easier. Guys, thanks for watching. A quick little update for any of my sort of subscribers that watch all my content, the R6, you're going to see that next week. So guys, thanks for watching, take care, catch you in the next one.